Hello and welcome back to Life in Recovery. Did you know that crocodiles can't move their tongues? Well, today I wanted to talk to you about hair loss. And alopecia or hair loss can come in various different forms, from male and female pattern baldness to alopecia universalis, which is complete hair loss from both your scalp and your body. And whatever the reason you lose your hair, whatever you want to call it, it can have a really significant impact on your self-esteem and your confidence, and how you feel about yourself, and how you think other people feel about you. But today I specifically wanted to talk to you about alopecia areata, which is a kind of hair loss you get if you suffer from immune system problems. So this specific kind of hair loss is when your body, when your immune system attacks the hair follicles, causing your hair to die and then fall out. It usually falls out in patches. And I actually lost a patch of my hair from about sort of here on my head about a year ago. I lost a patch about the size of a 10p piece, so a fairly, what I felt was a fairly large chunk of my hair just fell out, and I didn't actually even notice it. Someone else pointed it out to me, and it made me think that maybe a lot of other people had experienced either localised hair loss or general hair loss. And for me, I think I was going through a particularly stressful time in my life at that point, and I think that was one of the main reasons that my hair actually fell out. I had another experience of hair loss when I was about 6 or 7. And I think the thing with that I've learned about alopecia areata is that you, if you get it once, you are more likely to get it again, especially if it's triggered by an immune system reaction, or a big sort of surge of hormones or stress. And that actually leads me quite nicely onto some of the other reasons that you may experience hair loss. So hormones, one of them, I've already mentioned that. Certain medications or treatment regimes can also mean that your hair thins or drops out. And it doesn't have to be hair from your head, it can be hair anywhere on your body. And even though I only lost a little bit of my hair, and I was able to sort of disguise it by parting my hair a different way for a few months before it started to grow back. It really made me worry, and it had quite a big impact on how I felt about myself, and I was quite concerned about why I'd lost this hair. Would the patch spread? Would I lose all my hair? Would it happen again? And how long it would take to grow back once it did start to grow back? And I think all of these questions are things that are so common among people who are suffering and struggling with hair loss, especially if it's really unexpected. And for a while I was very self-conscious about it, and I was actually a little bit obsessive about checking whether the patch had got any bigger, and I think it made me realise how much my hair and also how much everybody else views their hair as part of their identity, and how losing just a little bit of it had an impact on how I felt about myself. And I actually spoke to my hairdresser about it, and he had experienced a very similar thing where he'd lost probably about a good chunk like that from the front of his head, and he actually said he felt less of a man when he lost that patch of hair. And I've tried to do a little bit of research, and if you are struggling with hair loss emotionally, there are some fantastic support groups and sources of information, and I've linked some of these in the information box below, so you can take a look at those. And I also actually tweeted Alopecia UK before I made this video, and they very kindly signposted me to one of their articles called Coping with Alopecia, which provides a wealth of information if you yourself are suffering from alopecia. That's any kind of hair loss, or if you have a friend or a family member who is you know, struggling with hair loss. And as there are lots of reasons why you may be losing your hair, I would definitely recommend that you seek the advice of a medical professional if you have experienced or are experiencing sudden and unexpected significant hair loss, and your doctor should be able to recommend any appropriate medical treatments, and if you've lost a lot of hair, it may help to research wigs. That is an option. And I hope you found this video helpful, and if you do have any advice or experiences of losing your hair, please do leave a comment below, and all the links to the support groups, as I said before, are in the information box below, sort of about here-ish, and all the social media and blog links to Life in Recovery are also there. So I'll just leave you with this quote from Buddha, and it goes, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." So until next time, goodbye.